Hey guys, another MC Slot diecast review here, and this is of another 143 Corgi diecast. It's a special edition, like the other ones that we've reviewed so far from Corgi. It's the Vodafone Mclaren Mercedes MP4-28. This one is driven by Perez in the 2013 season. So, first thing is first, is I just want to look at the box again. I think the box is quite nice. I think, judging by all the information that's on it, it's kind of aimed at the sort of younger market, I feel, because it's kind of got more information on it and it's a bit of an informative sort of item, whereas it's got a bit of history behind it, and it's also got like the collector's cards as well in the box, and it's kind of got a bit more information to it than the other brands like Mini Champs, where it's just got the car in the box and it looks rather nice. So as always, we're going to open the box, put it on the turntable and see what it looks like a bit closer. These are very nice cars actually. I have to admit, I was thinking that these ones wouldn't be as well detailed as some of the other brands that are on the market, such as Mini Champs, hence why they'd be cheaper. But actually the detail for the price that you're paying is pretty decent. I have to admit, both the cars that I've done, the Lotus out of the two is a lot more detailed and it's got a bit more on it for detailing, whereas the McLarens are a bit bland in the sense that they don't have a massive amounts of detail on them. So the only real sponsorship they've got is the Vodafone one, which of course their Vodafone sponsorship ended at the end of 2013, hence why they're no longer Vodafone McLaren Mercedes. They're just McLaren Mercedes at the moment. And now, for 2014, they're going to be McLaren Honda. So a lot of changes, 2015 they're going to be McLaren Honda. A lot of changes to McLaren in recent years, as well as massive driver lineup changes, whereas they lost Lewis Hamilton at the end of the 2012 season, and he moved to Mercedes. Perez came in to replace Hamilton after his good stints at Sauber, and it was good timing for Perez as well because Sauber kind of declined a bit after that, and it was also a good time for Vodafone. Well, Vodafone then left after the 2013 season after a bit of a dire year. I believe it was already agreed that Vodafone was going to leave, their sponsorship was going to end from Vodafone, and they obviously didn't want to continue it. And it's the same with Mercedes. They decided that they didn't want to keep the Mercedes power unit. Honda were building one, so they're going to give one to McLaren for their sort of exclusive team development Honda engine and all that. So a lot's changing for McLaren in the next few months, as well as recently. They haven't confirmed the driver lineup yet. There's a lot of rumours that Alonso is going to get the drive, and then there's a lot of rumours that Magnussen is definitely staying, but there's rumours that Button's going to leave. So it's quite interesting what's going to happen to these drivers. We don't know yet, and obviously I've filmed this way before any of this actually has even been announced or confirmed, if you know what I mean. So this is a very nice model. Perez's year was pretty, well, it was alright considering how bad the car actually was, but Perez finished 5th at the Indian Grand Prix, which was his best result, and was also the round before Brazil, I believe. So at the time he was holding the McLaren's best result, and his best qualifying was 7th, and he did it at the United States Grand Prix and at Monaco. So again, he didn't do too badly in qualifying. And Perez was 11th on 49 points, and he was dropped by McLaren with Magnussen and was taken by Force India. He was only 2 points behind Nico Hülkenberg, who also moved to Force India that year, and he had a year at Sauber, obviously, Hülkenberg. So the two drivers are pretty good, they're pretty equal. In Bahrain, some of you may remember that was the race that Perez really gave Button what for. He was very close to Button. I wouldn't say that Button was necessarily better than him, but I think Button's definitely a bit more of a consistent driver. And Perez and Button were good teammates, I have to admit, but unfortunately it didn't work out for more than a year. But Perez showed that he's a good racer, and he showed that he deserves to stay in Formula 1. The car definitely was not good enough for him to even get a podium in, and that was apparent, abundantly clear. So I don't think you can hold the 2013 season against him, because it wasn't much longer after that until he moved to Force India. He scored his first podium for the team since 2009. So that just proves that it is literally, the car was just absolutely awful that season. There was a tyre changeover during the Silverstone Grand Prix halfway through the season, which did actually benefit McLaren, because until that point McLaren were being hassled by Force India. It benefited McLaren slightly, and it hampered Force India quite dramatically. Hence they were able to sort of get away from Force India and finish 5th in the constructors still. So they would have been quite, it would have been an extra kick in the teeth if they finished behind Force India, especially because they were providing them technical knowledge at the time as well. So it's a bit of a shame, but you never know what's going to happen in the 2015 season, whether the Honda engine's going to be any good or not. So we'll have to wait and see. I think the model's very nice. If you're a Perez fan and you've got a limited budget, it's definitely one for you. Or if you're just a McLaren fan and you want to try and get both of them, it would be a lot easier, and it would be a bit cheaper than buying 2 mini champs ones for sure. And also, if you're very interested in buying it, don't forget to check out the MC Slot eBay shop, because it's right there and it's available to buy now. As also, you get the little collector's card with it, and it says Vodafone McLaren Mercedes MP4-28 2013 race car, Sergio Perez. That's quite a mouthful, so don't have to say it too many times. And on the back, there's a lot of information, a little bit of information about Perez there, and it's a very, very quite interesting actually, because at the very end bit it says Perez, in November 2012, he unveiled the Checo Perez Foundation, which is a specialist charity that supports orphans and children with cancer. So he does a lot of fundraising as well, and that's quite interesting to know about. And it's quite an informative little back of the card there as well. So it's quite good with these little Corgi cars, is that you get a bit more information that you would do with some of the other diecast brands that are out there on the market. So that's the review. Please give it a like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to tell me anything you'd like to know about the car if I haven't covered it, or your personal thoughts on the car. And even if you've got any particular cars you'd like to see, or if there's any cars that you've got that you'd like me to know about. Thank you very much, and have a good day.